Okay, in this video, we're going to have a look at how you can protect a worksheet. So what protecting a worksheet means is that if you send the worksheet to somebody else, they won't be able to maybe edit certain cells or anything at all in the sheet, depending on how you set it up. So you can, for example, set it up that they can't make any changes to the sheet. They basically can only effectively view it. Or you could actually set it up in a way where, they may be able to make changes to certain parts of your sheet, but not to other parts. So there's a variety of reasons for doing this. Like, so if you've got a worksheet and you want somebody, say, for example, we had calculated these, right? And there's formulas in here. Now, we don't want somebody to go in and change the formulas, but maybe we wanted them to add in some comments in a column here. So we would protect the rest of the worksheet except for this area to enable them to only edit that option. Or alternatively, we may send them a worksheet and not want them to be able to even see our formulas except for certain things. So let's look at how protection actually works, right? So the way it basically works is under the format option under cells. If I click on that and I say protect sheet, okay, normally these two top ones will be ticked on, right? Select lock. So what it basically says is going to protect the worksheet and the contents of the locked cells. Now, by default, every cell will be locked, as you'll see, but we will allow all users to only select locked cells or to select unlocked cells, right? So it doesn't matter whether it's locked or unlocked. We'll enable them to select it, and I'll show you what that means. So the first thing is you would have to put in a password here, right? So I'm going to put in a password. And the moment you hit the enter key, it's going to ask you to re-enter the password, because if you lose or forget the password, it cannot be recovered. So it gives you that warning, and it does tell you that it's advisable to keep a list of passwords and their corresponding workbook and sheet names in a safe place, right? So we're going to basically be locking just this sheet, the one that's called consolidated by formula. So we retype in the same password and we hit enter. And now this sheet is protected. Now, how you know it's protected, you'll first of all see that everything is grayed out here on the top, which basically means you can't really edit any of it. Now, it looks like remember we said that you would be able to select it. So because we're able to select, we can click on different cells. But let's say I try to click on the cell and I try to enter something in. The moment I try to do that, I'm going to get this message that says the cell or chart you're trying to change is on a protected sheet. Now, to make a change, you have to unprotect the sheet, and you might be requested to enter a password. So even though I can click on anything with the current settings, I won't be able to change anything. So if I clicked on that and I try to delete it, again, I would get that message. If I try to click here on the top, I won't be able to edit either. All right, so if I want to make any changes, I would have to unprotect the sheet. And the way I would do that is I would go to format. And now, because the sheet is protected, the option now here will say unprotect sheet. When I click on it, it'll ask me for a password. I type in the password, and now you can see all the colors are back. It's no longer grayed out, and now I can go in and I can edit things. I can type in stuff, and not only that, I can even go into a formula and I can click on there and I can make any changes, right? Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. The second thing I wanted to point out is it's not always required to enter a password. So if you wanted to just send it to somebody, but if they wanted to unprotect it and you wanted to allow them to unprotect it, you can click on format, protect sheet, and here, instead of entering a password, you just click on OK. Then if you save it now, in this current state, it is protected. So if I double click, it's protected. But when somebody goes in to unprotect it, if they click on the unprotect, it unprotects immediately without entering a password. So the point is that a password isn't in fact mandatory, but obviously if you don't want somebody to be able to unprotect it, you should then put a password in. I'm now going to show you what the other option does, right? So if I go into protect sheet again, now remember the default is to allow users to select the locked cells and to select unlocked cells, right? And you'll see in a follow-up video what's the difference between unlocked and locked cells. But right now, let's take both of these off, right? I'm gonna not put a password in just so that it's quicker, and we're gonna protect it. Now I click on OK. Now you'll notice you can't even click anywhere in the sheet. This means that anybody getting this cannot even click on any of these cells to even see what the formulas are. They really can't even see the logic of it. They can't see anything. All they can do is just see what's currently viewable in the sheet. They won't be able to make any changes or actually even click on any cell. So that's what that particular option of protecting cells is for. Okay, so in the following video after this, we're gonna look at how you can unlock certain cells for editing and lock the rest of the sheet.